I've built this n8n system to take your content and publish on any social media you can imagine, such as LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, or TikTok. And the best point is, I'm sharing two versions of this automation for everyone, so you can publish your video, image, or any post you can imagine and get millions of reach and a lot of likes and traffic. If you watched previous videos on this channel, you know we've created a SMR system that gets millions and millions of views, and also for an example, POV YouTube Shorts system that creates these viral YouTube Shorts. And now this material is to show you how you can publish the entire content on 7 social media at once, or even to social media of your needs. And for this case, we'll be using Blueado, which is an amazing platform that allows you to do this entire stuff at really affordable price. Even you've got 7 days free trial. So we'll be using this application to publish content at once on all social media. And the best point is, as I said, it's really affordable. So you don't need to pay hundreds of dollars every month. And also you've got 7-day free trial. So here I will put the link in the description of this video. If you go here to settings, you can notice you can log in with Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at once and get millions and millions of views, a lot of reach, and do this stuff, what's the most important, do this stuff inside n8n. And actually in this material, I've prepared for you 2 versions of this specific automation. The one is to publish the content to one social media of your needs. So let's say actually you've got this Notion template, and then you provide a post title, post content, and you specify the platform. So then you can publish on the specific platform, or even the second version is to publish on all social media at once. So, just the entire content on LinkedIn and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. And the best point is I'm sharing this automation in this video. I will show you how to set it up and how to do it from scratch. When I run the automation, it automatically takes the content I provided in Notion and checks if it's for today. So the release date is for today. Then what it does, it actually updates the database so we make the content in progress. Then we upload them to Blueado and we publish on every social media we can imagine. We've got LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and at the end we update the status to done. And as you can see, for example, we publish the content on Pinterest, Instagram, or even Twitter/X. So with all that being said, I will show you how to create the entire system from scratch and how to set it up for your credentials so you can post the content immediately on all social media you want. However, let's focus on one version because we've got 2 versions. The first one is to publish the content on one social media platform you want. It's great because let's say you've got a content like the post and you would like to only choose the Facebook, or let's say maybe 2 of them or 3. However, not all of them as you have in this variation. So we can put it here and cover it later. And now let's start. The first thing we've got a schedule trigger. So every day I would like to check for the posts to publish, okay? Because inside our Notion, so this is our database of posts. So inside we provide just the content. We provide the publish date, okay? So this automation checks every day for the content that is for today. All right. So then what we do, we get many databases. So let me show you. First, we've got 8 a.m., 1-day interval. Then we get many pages inside the database. So we connect our Notion account. We've got the resource, which is database page. We provide the operation, which is get many. Actually, now, even let me show you, I can execute this specific step. So simply, we've got a database to choose. And also for the simplicity, inside our Agents Accelerator, so inside our community and classroom, I put all of the instructions with the template, with Notion template that you can download or even copy. So here you go ahead to the classroom, YouTube resources. Let me show you. YouTube resources, social media posting, and then you've got, for an example, the code we'll be using, Notion template. So if you open it, you can just duplicate it to your own workspace. Also at the bottom, pretty long instructions we have here. At the bottom, you've got the JSON template for this entire automation. For this entire automation with these 2 systems. So feel free to check it out. I will put also the link in the description. However, for now, what I meant. You can go ahead, copy this specific template, and we just provide it here and we say, okay, give me all of the rows, and we'll be checking for all of the rows based on the data and the status. So let's cover it step by step. We've got the operation get many, database, content to post. And then after we execute it, we should get our items, so our pages, based on the amount of how many we have them. So I've got 2 items, so 2 pages. And then right away what we do, we provide a code. So simply, I would like to retrieve from this specific data 4 variables. So we've got Notion date, Notion time, trigger date, and trigger time. So maybe let me execute this step and show you how it looks like. So firstly, we've got our Notion date. So what we have inside actually our database. So here, so we've got this specific publish date. Also, we've got a trigger date. So in general, we actually take these 2 variables to convert them later. And then every time we would like to have the Notion date, which is equal the trigger date. So that indicates, okay, this content is for today, okay? Because again, this specific automation system checks every day if we have the posts to publish today. So then again, we need to have the same dates. Also, we've got the trigger time and Notion time. So simply we'll be using this Notion time to later, just at this specific time, publish our content. And for the code, actually it looks like this. I won't be talking about it. It's kind of complicated. However, you can take it from our community. So if you go here up, you've got this entire code to copy and use. After the code node, simply what we have, we've got the if node. So there we check if the JSON trigger date is equal to JSON Notion time. And also we check the status of our column, of our row, which is waiting. Because here we've got 3 statuses, so waiting, planned, or published. And every time we would like to process with the status which is waiting, not for an example, published or planned. All right, so if it's false, actually it does nothing. And if it's true, it uploads our database page. So the specific page, which is for publication. And then we set the status, which is planned. So it's pretty straightforward. It looks like this. Let me execute the previous nodes. So here we just get many database pages. So now even maybe let me execute the entire workflow. So you see exactly, we see the specific nodes, outputs, and so on. So now I can execute the workflow and then wait for this specific step. So it works, perfect. So here, as you can notice, what we have, we've got our ID. And right there, we check the status and we mark it as planned. So again, we've got 3 statuses here, waiting, planned, published. And then what we do, we've got our wait node, which is for now disabled because inside we check, we get actually the type, which is at specified time. So we indicate, okay, wait until the specific time and then run this automation afterwards. So for this case, we are using the Notion time. We extract it with the code node. It's pretty straightforward. And then this automation should have continued at 3 p.m. this specific time. Okay. After we do this, we download our file. We map it by URL. So then what we do from get many database pages, we simply get our URL, which is, where do we have? Yeah, we've got here the URL. We just provide it there. It's pretty simple. So we get our file. It can be the video, it can be the image, it's your choice. Then what we need is to get the URL of the content and then upload it to Blotato, which is the platform that allows us to publish the content on social media platforms, okay? So for getting the URL, I'm using the Cloudinary, which is an amazing application. So you've got everything explained inside our community. If you go here, you've got get image URL. Also, remember, it can be for video. So instead of the image in the URL, you change it for video right here. You just pick the video. It's your choice, you know, like even you can provide multiple steps if you are providing the videos. But for now, what you do, you pick the URL and inside, let me show you, we've got this URL and here you should get your cloud name. So simply in the cloud name, you go ahead to Cloudinary. You just simply log in And in the homepage, you've got the cloud name, so you can copy, you can paste it here. That's pretty everything. All right. And then what you do, you send the body form data, and you type exactly, actually you choose an n8n binary file, the name, which is the file, and the field name, and the name of the file, which is the data. That's great. For parameter type, you choose also the form data, and you type in the name upload preset. For the value, you need to go ahead to settings, then to upload, and you need to create your very own preset. So you can type, for an example, n8n YouTube, okay? And click on unsigned, click on save, and then just take this specific name, provide it here, and afterwards you can just get your URL right there. After you get your URL, then you upload the content to Blotato, and it's important because by this case, actually you can publish your content on social media. A lot of actually platforms are very sensitive from where the content is from, all right? However, Blotato has credibility to do this stuff, so that's why we did all of the steps previously. So we got our URL because now we would like to upload it, our document, our file to Blotato. And for that, what we do, method is post. The URL is this one. So simply we provide this URL. You can copy it from here. We choose generic credential type, header authentication, and now we need to connect our credentials. So simply what you need to do, you go ahead to the description of this video and you open the Blotato link. Then you will be redirected to the specific page. Actually, let me show you. You will be redirected to this page. You click on start creating, start free trial. You've got 7 days free trial. And now in case of setting the credential, you go ahead to settings, you copy your API key, and exactly you type blotato-api-key. And for the value, you simply provide your API key right here and you click on save. And afterwards, you've got your credential created. You click on send body, you pick JSON using fields below, and then in the name you provide the URL, and the URL you pick from get image URL. Just simply from here you drag and drop it there. And afterwards you should get the resource uploaded to Blotato. And there is the entire point of this specific video, is to actually publishing this content on social media. So firstly, what we do, we would like to set up our credentials. Actually, not the credentials, however, account ID. So simply, in general, you take the account's ID from here. So we need to log in with Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, for an example, Threads, Pinterest, and so on. And afterwards, you copy the ID from here, for an example, from here. For now, let me show you. I can disconnect my Instagram account and click login with Instagram. That's why Blotato is great, because it's very intuitive. Like, you connect your accounts within seconds. As you can see here, I've got my account connected. I can copy account ID and paste it here. So I've got my new account ID. That's great. So we just set this edit field node. We use JSON because we would like to track and get the variables for our accounts. And again, what you do, you go ahead to this specific place. You paste this entire code and you do the stuff for all of the platforms. So let's say you connected TikTok. You copy TikTok ID, then you go ahead here. Where do we have TikTok? Right here, and you paste it there, okay? And you do it for all of the platforms. After you're done with everything, now it's the time for the node, actually the switch, which will choose for us the specific platform we picked to publish the content. Obviously, in this version, so when I go here, we don't have the switch option, so then we publish the content on all social media we want. However, you know, we've got 2 variations to choose. So let me show you how it looks like. Simply, we choose the mode, which is rules, and then we just provide from get many items node, so our notion, we simply provide the category. Where do we have the category? And the platform, yeah. So we've got the name, which is Twitter. So simply you just provide this variable. And The point is you provide this variable in all of the parameters here, because what we do, we provide this parameter and this variable, and we define. So this name, so the Facebook, should be equal to LinkedIn. And then we rename the output, so we name it as LinkedIn, and we do the same stuff for all of the platforms we have. So again, we check if like this specific name is Facebook. If it's equal to Facebook, then we go ahead with this specific path. So it works by this way. Whenever you've got, for an example, in this specific row, you've got the Instagram, then it goes with this path, and it's actually posting the content on Instagram. If you have the YouTube, it goes here. If TikTok, it goes with this path. So for that reason, we use the switch. And again, it's pretty straightforward. So you pick this specific variable, and then equal to Facebook, then Instagram. Remember about renaming the output. So we've got the Instagram here. Then you do the YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, and so on. Okay, so it works by this way. But for now, let me guide you through how you can publish the content on social media. So for that, we'll be using HTTP request. And now the method will be post. We need to pick the specific URL that will be right here. For the credential type, we take the same credential we created previously. We send the body content type, which is JSON, using JSON, and we need to provide our JSON code, which is very, very important. So simply, you go ahead to our community, you take this specific code, you paste it here, and now look what happens inside what we have. We've got actually our post target, so target type, which is LinkedIn. We have the text, and inside the text, what we do, and now even you can see like this gray, like these variables highlighted on gray, because it didn't choose our first path, which is LinkedIn, however Facebook. So maybe let me show you that on Facebook. So here, what we have, for an example, we have account ID, and you provide the account ID from your switch. So simply you drag and drop your variable here. For the page ID, you again take the page ID of Facebook. So you provide it there. If you don't know how to get the Facebook page ID, you can find the video about it. It's pretty straightforward. For the text, you just take the text from Get Many Databases pages, and now you've got the content. So you take this specific variable. And for the media URLs, you take the URL from your Blotato. So you simply provide it here. And afterwards, you will be able to execute the step. So post your content on Facebook. Let's wait. So now we are uploading the content to Blotato and to Facebook. Yeah, post submission. That's great. Now let's go back to the first node, which is LinkedIn. And here somehow we need to set up our specific expressions. So text, media URLs. However, the problem is sometimes we don't have these variables, like they don't show here, right? They are not showed here. For this case, inside our instructions, so here, I've got for you cheat sheet for the entire content, okay, for the variables. So just simply take it here. Actually, what you can do, you can take the specific variables you need. So let's say you're setting up, where do we have it? You're setting up the LinkedIn. Then what you do, you go ahead, you take this specific variable for LinkedIn, you take it, you provide it here. So simply you provide it here. All right. Remember about the quotation marks. So you provide it here. For the media URLs, you take the one, you can take it from here or just copy from there. So we've got upload to Blotato. For the text, again, you go ahead, you take the text. So we've got here the text. Also, we have here the title. So we take the text and you paste it right here. Where do we have it? You paste it right here and you're ready to go. Then you've got everything set up. You can publish, like your LinkedIn HTTP request is ready. For the Instagram, you do the same stuff. Actually, it doesn't change. So this specific part, however, on only the JSON code So inside what you do, you go ahead and you take the content for our Instagram, you paste it here, and then again, you take all of the content from our cheat sheet and you fulfill your specific, your specific information, your variables. That's pretty everything, and it works by this way. Then you connect to YouTube. Again, you've got different code for that. So here, for an example, we've got also the title. However, we've got the title right here. We've got the post content, which is text. This is title. So again, we provide these variables, account ID, media URLs, text, and so on. For Pinterest, it looks like this. Also, what's very important, you've got something which is board ID. So now I will show you how to get it. It's not that obvious. So simply what you do, you go ahead to Pinterest. So let's go ahead to Pinterest. You need to take your board. So I can go over ahead to my account. I can go here to my board and now click on inspect element. Then you go ahead to network and you refresh your page and you can type here the board. Let's take this specific, this specific code and now click on response and just take all of the response from here. So just take it and go ahead to ChatGPT. So we can type ChatGPT and give me my board ID from here. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not that easy. It's not obvious because Pinterest is not providing for us the board ID. We need to just extract it. So yeah, I've got the board ID. I can copy it. That's great. And just paste here. As you can see, it's the same. Great. So that's everything for Pinterest. The next platform is Twitter. So inside it looks like this, pretty the same. And at the end, we've got a TikTok. That's pretty straightforward. We've got a TikTok. The code is different, I mean, but still these variables are the same. And now this is the entire variation for publishing the content on one social media. However, you've got other variation that is without the switch option. So instantly what you do, you just simply publish the content on all social media at once. However, be careful with, for an example, images. If you drop some images with posts, then you would like to disable the step for the YouTube or even TikTok, or just it will, crash. It won't be proceed. However, what I mean, obviously for YouTube and TikTok, you can't publish the images. So, it works by this way. I recommend you to use these both variations. And remember to check out our AI Agents Accelerator inside our community. We've got a lot of value. So 100 members inside the classroom. We've got plus 35 hours n8n course. So if you would like to take your skills to the highest level, you've got it. You've got the templates, plus 100 templates here. You have YouTube resources, a lot of them. So yeah, please feel free to check it out. For now, thank you for watching. Also remember to check out Blotado. It's an amazing platform. I've been using it for a long time. But for now, yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next material.